Everybody, and Brett, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join the meeting today and clarify a few points for the public and the board. So,
and the board does as well.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Very essential for us.
Hey, you're welcome, and we're happy to be working with AJ and everybody else. Appreciate it.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Again.
All right, bye now.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Did I hear correctly that he gave a timetable of 1 week?
For the turnaround.
For the turnaround.
If we're lucky.
If,
Yeah.
if Ron can
He
get
said
back
he'd
there
try
by
to do it.
Monday.
Yeah.
As little
At
as
which
possible.
time soda ash will be able to be implemented?
Well,
Shortly thereafter.
yeah, he's that
He's
was
on it.
that was
We're ready
last
to go.
meeting that it
Do
could
we
be
get-
implemented pretty quickly.
Do we need to have do we get a letter from,
Yeah, we'll get a letter. We'll get written communications and
then we can go ahead?
yeah.
But what was the $20,000 thing?
That's for the actual construction materials required to set up for the soda ash.
Okay, so but it's not a timely manner. It's just that it's going to cost.
It's just the equipment.
Yeah.
There is one other kind of possibility here, is that gal who said 110% sure that we have a corrosion problem, because that goes back to the accuracy of her original raw data. And there's a possibility that the original data that she was looking at is somehow faulty.
Well, but we are now gathering data. That's the purpose of the study now.
Yeah.
I have a question on this new study. Is the water samples taken from the well? Is it raw water from the well? You know, as far as determining the actual corrosion of the water as it comes out of the well?
That
Or
is
any
yet to be
treatment?
determined. Yet to be determined. But if you do a pipe loop, typically what they'll do is they'll set up several pipe loops. They'll run the raw water through several different treatment techniques, and they'll have metal coupons in those pipe loops. And I'm not certain that's what we will have to implement. But in that situation, it would be raw water that is used before chlorine, before any type of treatment.
That would be good. Is the closed circuit coupon system, I don't know much about that particular type of testing, but I've heard other people make some comments that it may not be quite as real life as maybe, I don't know, but is it real life? I mean, can you take that method of data and transfer it to a real life system and be accurate?
Is Ron still with us?
No.
No, he's not with us.
Okay.
You know, there are several different ways, I guess, to go about the study, and Ron's going to have to work with the state to get that done. And, you know, like Steven said, a closed loop method is one method. Using existing data, if it can be found, is another method. It's a complicated and time-consuming process, and you know, it's one that we're going to have to work through, though, and it's probably going to take about a year.
Plus you have new water from a new well, right? So that changes the mix.
It could, potentially.
Let me ask this
But
question.
it's quite close, so it could.
The 20,000 that's spent on equipment.
And that's just an estimate.
Okay, but roughly, and say a year later we get recommended that we put something else in our water. Is this equipment that we can resell? Are we stuck with it? And it's just out of curiosity.
That's a good question.
I think, yeah, it's a great question, and it has been one of our concerns, but that has taken the backseat to the district's response to the customer's concern about getting rid of the OPP. So it is important, and I do believe that there would be a good chance that some or most of the equipment could be used in some other part of our system at some point. But it was a secondary concern to responding to the public for removing OPP and implementing soda ash.
Also, does an OPP cost us a lot more than soda ash?
No, I believe in the report it's about the same.
I thought soda ash was marginally more
Yeah,
expensive,
and soda ash was more.
but marginally.
So I just want to say I appreciate that in respecting what the public wants and what we've asked for, you're willing to spend $20,000 to do that.
Thank you.
Well, we are. We're eager to serve you, and we just have the constraints of dealing with the health department, and
That's our money, we end up paying for that, right?
yes, you do.
So it's not they're out of their pocket. So-
It's out of our pocket too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like our money, you know, and we're gonna have to pay for this. So had this been done to begin with, it would have been one initial startup, so to speak. But that's another.
If we could do things
spilt
with
milk.
20/20 hindsight.
I'm telling you, it's a truth, yeah. But, go ahead,
We're here now.
I'll see.
Yeah, no.
Okay, AJ, Vicky?
Yeah, where would you like to head next?
Where are we?
We could do operations.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go down to operations.
Steven, is that good for you?
That works fine for me.
Next.
So if everyone has a report, I'll go through some of the highlights.
No, I'm gonna stick around a little while.
Okay, so I'll get started. Page 2, top of page 2, district operations.
I have to make a phone call back. I have to make a phone
We've had one sanitary sewer overflow. That was appropriately reported to the state.
Quickly, where was that?
I'm sorry, I don't have the address in my mind.
It was just general area,
Yeah,
shall
well,
I, 1, 2?
probably 2, that's
Okay.
typically where we have one.
Okay.
Fire hydrant repair maintenance. For the 2012 fire hydrant maintenance season, our operator has completed 204 hydrants and has 73 left. So we're doing quite well. We're tracking well on our schedule and budget. Water main repairs, we've had one. We did have a leak. I believe that was down on Badger Road. Infrastructure installed, yes, that's well 17 and 18 infrastructure. GPS and GIS manholes. We have accomplished an additional 400 manhole locations into the GPS, and so that should leave us with about 200 left.
That's excellent.
It is
Is that
very
our
excellent.
summer employee?
Yep, and they're all done for the year. Unfortunately, they wanted to go on vacation and do fun stuff instead of collect GPS manhole
That's
locations
great.
for us. Water and sewer hookup, we did. We have one new tap. On our collection system, where we are jetting and cleaning manholes and collection system. For June, they cleaned 16,000 feet and 34 manholes. For July, they cleaned 16,450 linear feet and 40 manholes. It's for a total of 32,450 feet and 74 manholes to date. Our goal is to accomplish 1/4 of the system, jetting and cleaning. So that's 60,000 linear feet total and 140 manholes. And that's our season end goal, and we expect to end that project around the end of September.
Stephen, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
So this is the jetting, and how does it relate to flushing?
It is the other end of the system.
Okay.
So we start with administration on water sampling and water quality.
Yeah.
We treat that water, we send it to you, the customer.
Yeah.
You use it, you send it back to us in the collection system. That's where the jetting takes place.
And then what will flushing look like?
Flushing is a whole nother program yet to be determined about what the results that we're trying to achieve. And
Which requires a hydraulic study.
yeah, all those steps.
It's the other system, it's the water system.
Yeah,
You're
so
gonna
it's the
get
other
it.
system. So we send it out, we send the water out,
Yeah.
we receive it back.
Okay.
So that's what they're cleaning now with the collection system.
Okay, thank you.
And that's going quite well, and so.
So you're actually on target to hit your goal by the end of September, it looks like.
Well, and, yes, we are. And
Yes.
the neat thing is that the heavy lifting, so to speak, is taking place this year and will take place the first 4 years. Because what we're doing is we're locating all those manholes with the GPS, and we're putting a green stake next to each one. So a large amount of the time that's being used right now is to locate these manholes that have not been seen or cleaned or observed in any way in many, many years. And there's a tremendous amount of gravel that's being pulled out of this system. And so The hope is that once we go through it on a 4-year cycle, that we'll actually be able to reduce the time, and we might be able to get through it in a 3-year cycle and do a third of the system each year. And so that is really a good step.
Does
Hi,
does
Cynthia.
that mean that you're locating leaks?
No, no, this is the collection system. This is wastewater.
This is
Well,
wastewater.
you will speak to the question of leaks?
Actually, I do not have an update on leak detection, so I really don't have an update. But let me get into projects here and just give you an update. So water meter MXU upgrades, that's an ongoing and process project. We have installed all of the initial MXUs that the district purchased, and we have installed the 10 that we purchase each month. So we are completely installed, up to date, and then we have removed all of the MXU-Rs, the older MXUs, and we're filling in from the north side of the system for efficiency of reading meters. So that is going quite well, and we have approximately 150 meters that require MXUs, so I expect that to take at least another year. Fire hydrant maintenance in process, well 17, 18 in process, collection system maintenance, that's in process, GPS and GIS of manholes, that is in process. We are still going to try to accomplish the remaining 200. The Shumei boost station, that's in process, pumps have been delivered, steel has been delivered, Justin DeBon is busily assembling all of those parts, and so we expect to have that project done more or less by the end of September.
Okay.
So very good. If you go over to page 3, you'll see that under July, that for the well 18, we pumped 7,800,000 gallons. We were compliant with our bacteriological result, and our residual was 0.31 milligrams per liter of chlorine. If you turn to the next page, 4. Oh yes, I'm sorry.
Well, so if we're only putting in 0.3, how can our residual, which is at the
Well,
end, be 0.31?
It can fluctuate by several points. So we target 0.3, but on that given day, it might be as much as 0.2 or 0.3.
Yeah, just,
And then it can come back down. And it also depends on the location. We have a cycle of 3 locations that we take samples at for the bacteriological sample.
okay.
So depending on where that is in relationship to the treatment facility, the residual could be higher or lower.
Okay. Thank
Okay?
you.
Thanks,
So
Sandia.
let's go.
Bye, Sandia. Thank you, Sandia.
Thank you, I love
Thank
you
you.
all, but I have mostly what I need for Kismet, so I'm
Okay,
gonna go.
and you're on deadline.
Yeah, it really is.
Have a good day, Cynthia.
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, top of page 4. That is the Casita Park continued, so you can see that for the mobile home estates, or otherwise known as Casita Park, we've pumped 8,700,000 gallons, almost 800,000. We're in compliance, and for the bacteriological result, it's absent, and our chlorine residual is 0.19.
So it's out of the water now that they're watering the golf course.
Yes.
So that's why
And
it's
that's
such a
why
high
it's
figure.
such a high figure. If you go to the very bottom of page 4, which is midway down the sheet, you can see that our total finished water for well 18 in the motel well is 80 million gallons for the year. Our wastewater that we have received back at the treatment plant is 13 million gallons. And then a large amount of the 67 million would be irrigation, and then the rest would be the unaccounted for water, which is hard to quantify this time of year because of the outdoor irrigation. Okay, so moving on to page 5.
But we could actually extrapolate from winter, from the non-irrigation system.
But it's not an industry
season.
standard to
Yeah.
do that study at that time. But we
Okay.
are giving you those numbers just for your information. Wow, the public has really cleared out here. We have Don and Karen. Hi. You guys want to move up?
She's okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So top of page 5, wastewater discharge sample results. The wastewater treatment plant is in compliance. There are no discharge permit violations for July. That is good news.
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
The ammonia limit for the discharge is 3 milligrams per liter. Our result is 0.4 milligrams per liter, which is a testament to the operator and his ability to operate that plant.
Right.
So good job for Justin. He's doing a
Good
fabulous
job,
job for us. Again, we have certification corner. We don't have any updates there, but we do have an operator who is scheduled for testing this September.
So I just want to go back to the ammonia. So in June, it was quite high.
Yeah.
Is that seasonal? You find
No, there's little fluctuations that occur with the plants.
Okay, it was just I wondered if it was a.
We always aim for low, and sometimes we get it.